Try to get this into your mind and understand it with your heart, with your soul, with your spirit, whatever words you want to use. There is nothing waiting for you. There is no outcome tomorrow that your life is destined to have. Whatever you did up until today is what's going to be happening tomorrow until you decide what to make your destiny. You make your own destiny. You are God. You've been told your whole life that we're following some ideas. Every person that has ever been alive is just another expression of this. So their story and the stories of anyone else and the stories of anyone else and the stories of anyone else that told them, that told them, that told them, that told them is just another expression of thought in form, spirit in action, God, manifest, it, you, me, us, God, all things. So the word God isn't God. God is no big dude above the clouds, because we know above the clouds is stars. Above the stars is what? Nothing. Nothing at all. It's interpenetrating. It expands as we expand. As we think, thought gets bigger. And inside thought creates more. And it gathers more. And it makes more things happen. How do you preserve? Well, we use our thought to make things work a certain way. Elemental things we've explained to ourselves make things happen. So we know in order to not cause a fire, you don't put a spark near a source of fuel, right? Well, we know in order for our country not to be run down, you don't tear things up, you don't destroy things, you don't be greedy and mass produce things, neglecting everyone and everything around you. Instead, we've been listening to these people that are our leaders, that are leading us to what? To cut down some trees, to make some money, to destroy perfectly wonderful wildlife and natural world, nature that we're a part of, to put on some suits and ties and put up metal buildings and act like we're something important, for tomorrow to be a day where more people go to this metal building with suits and ties. Well, now we're going to turn it so that nobody has to go anywhere. We all sit in our houses and let robots do stuff. Why would we do that? Nature is nature, natural. We don't make human products that outrun us. That's what we're doing right now. And once people start becoming conscious, like I am 100% conscious. I'm not just Dan Alexander. Yes, I'm Dan Alexander. And that should make more sense as time goes on with people when I say this kind of stuff. But that's just the name. Just like my mom was given the name after she was born. And just like her mom was given the name after she was born. And just like each one of us is not a name. You know? You're only a name so that you can have a reference. You're it. Your experience of life. If you're not an experience of life from birth to death, then please correct me. But if you're here hearing this, you have ears and you have your own personal experience of an individual source coming from somewhere. And that's it. You are it. You decide what you want to do with your life. You don't let other people tell you. You can take what they say into consideration. You can think it over and think, hey, yes, that may be a good thing for me. Or think, hey, that's not a good thing for me. But for some reason, we do things that we know are not good for us because our leaders tell us to, or our instructors tell us to. It's not time to revolt and argue one amongst each other and fight. But it's time to make sense of what we're doing here. I know there's so many of us that many attitudes and many tempers are just going to be so out of control. But we have to get ourselves under control by ourselves. No one is going to come control you. You have to learn to control you. Try to do that. Like I said, God is no big tall guy standing up in the universe on a chair or something like the old man and floating in the stars. And he's not, Captain God Kirk sitting up there on a Starfleet. No, those are our creativity. Those are our imagination. Every atmosphere out there, every single ball of rock, burning gas, all those things out there are life. They are alive. They are alive. There's nothing about, is there life on them? They are alive. They are life, part of life. If they are here, and you can see it, if it's a light, it's alive. You have to start understanding. Just because you look at when you look in a microscope and a teardrop, you see billions of little things. Do you think a big ball out there that we can see from here isn't alive? Doesn't have anything that if you took a microscope and looked at it would just be nothing? Come on. Come on. It's time for you to really not just use your brain that we call brain because it's a body part in a human wrapped up in our body that we've studied through science. I'm just talking without words. Use what you are and understand this. Please. It's time for people to truly understand. And it's not me trying to be Dana Alexander. Listen to me. I'm this guy who knows this stuff. It means nothing to me that I've had this experience if no one else really understands it. Because I have experienced God. I have experienced God. And it has, in a way, talked to me. Not just in a way, truly. Has spoken to, has merged with, has become me. And it is you. You just don't want to claim it upon yourself and say, hey, I won't do the wrong thing anymore, because that's a lot of pressure on yourself, isn't it? There is no wrong thing. When you do something wrong, hopefully you correct it. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you, because from birth to death, you're going to do a lot of stuff. When you scratch your arm today, was it because you were working? Or was it because you were working on your way to some destiny and some final outcome you're coming to in your life? No, it's the unknown. How does the unknown become more known? By you focusing on what it's going to be. You make it. You are the creator. That's the whole meaning of it. Not just some cool catchphrase. Every single one of us is the creator. You just let other people run you, or else you look around and you do what everyone else is doing. Don't do that anymore. Be something. All right? Love. You are God, and God loves you because you're wrapped up inside it. You're just one big bundle of love and God. Whether you like it or not. You can take the word away, but you're just one big bundle of awesome. And I do love you. Peace.